Good day, my ladies and my gents. I thought today I would go over how I do wood grain to make it look more woody. Uh, I am working with the Hideout truck, and when I was doing the review on it, I hinted that I would do a separate video talking about how I make wood grain look woody. And this is what I wound up with. This is the box off of the AMT Ford C600 city delivery truck, and the box fits nicely with this. But how I wound up getting that wood grain is the subject for today. And first, there's numerous methods you can use. This is how I do it. You want to start off with a color that is a woody looking color. It can be sand, it can be wood, it can be whatever. If you want to work with enamel, with lacquer, that's fine. You want a flat, you don't want a gloss, because it's you want a wood base, and you generally don't have a gloss wood unless you're putting urethane on it, and then you want to put it on top. So, but you want to start with a flat woodish looking color. On this, I happen to use Tamiya's TS46. They call it light sand, and it's got kind of a new pine looking type look. It starts out real nice. I've also used this one. It's TS68 Wood Deck Tan. Pick them up wherever you get your model supplies from. And you basically then go over and you paint it. However you want to paint it, whether you use a rattle can like I do, or you want to use your airbrush, that's fine. You can use brush if you want. Paint, spraying it's quicker. But however you want to do it, there's no magic way of doing that. You just want to get a nice coverage for a base paint. When it's all nice and dry, you want to get a wood stain, whatever color you'd like. This one happens to be Behr water-based wood stain English chestnut. I generally work with acrylics, water-based stuff. I can't handle the smells of lacquers and enamels and turpentine to clean up with in a closed space. I have to go outside to use the rattle cans as it is. But so I am more limited to the water-based. Plus, it's easier to clean up. You just dunk your brush in water and you're done. But this is just this kit happened to be on hand. It was something a family member did a while back, and leftover stain, so I kind of adopted it. You can use whichever color you like. If you want to use a cherry stain for a more red, if you want to get more of a dark color, you can. Whatever color trips your fancy. I just happen to use this because it's on hand. But you take your brush and you hit it, and you go with the grain. If you go cross grain, you're gonna kind of mess things up. But you go with the grain, and don't worry about not getting it even, getting it smooth. You're working with wood, and so this will make the wood look a little more realistic, because it gives it more of a random pattern. You're working with a natural product. You're naturally going to have variations. And then you wind up with a nice looking wood grain. I've got the 37 Ford pickup that I did. I did much the same thing here, and then I went through with the Molotow pin. I drew out some of the chrome paint from the pin and used a brush on it to get a little more control and so forth, and got that painted in to make the little metal slats. And don't forget the bottom. You gotta do the bottom. and did the same thing there. So you're actually looking at it, hey, wow, that's really nice. So this one is the 1950 Ford Blessed. It's a 1950 Chevy 3100. I got Ford on the brain today. That I did, and I made a bit of a show truck lowrider type of thing with it, and wanted a little bit more punch to the bed. So I went through and I used the TS68 on it, and then I did a couple of coats of the stain. And then I went through with Tamiya flat black that I thinned to a very thin wash and brushed it on. This is another that you really want to use a brush on, because I think if you airbrush, you're just not going to get the variance that you want. And don't worry if about getting a little bit much in one spot and a little bit less in another. That variation just adds to the realism. And when I did all that, it came out looking real nice. And of course I did the Molotow chrome paint, and then I put about 4 coats of Tamiya gloss clear over the top to bring out a look that resembles maybe a polyurethane finish. Once again, be sure and do the bottom. I didn't do the clear gloss on the bottom. Because I didn't want to polyurethane it. Maybe I'll do a video in the future about talking about how some of all the aftermarket stuff I did on this, because there's not a whole lot left in stock on that puppy. But like I said, whatever color base you want to start with, you want a flat that has a general wood look. If you like the color that you wind up with, you don't have to go with the stain. I think it adds to it. That's my personal opinion. But if you want to stain it, whatever color stain you want, whatever medium you want to use in the stain, your choice. But I would strongly recommend using a brush with the stain. I'd say you really need to use a brush if you're going to put a black wash over the wood. But it's fairly simple, and if you just take a few extra minutes with it, you're going to come out with a really impressive wood look to it that, if you do happen to show, I think it'll kind of grab a little bit of attention, which you always want. So, but that's how I do my wood grain, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.